Okay, so you can see over there. Awesome. Okay, so this is the new. I'm actually recording. That'll be great. Yeah. Yes. Okay, right, that's on. Okay, so this is the new musician podcast. I'm chatting to the guys from Afro Prog Sessions. Afro Prog
Sessions, I think.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. So introduce yourselves.
Well, my name is Offensive, co-founder, I guess.
Founder plus the mic.
Tato, co-founder as well.
Okay, so what do you guys do? And okay, hold on. Before we even talk about that, tell me, Offensive, start with you. What is Afro Prog Sessions? What are you guys trying to do?
Well, I'd say Afro Prog Sessions is basically trying to, okay, not to use weird words here, but like forge a different ground or a different path in terms of what we can define as African youth culture. What we're looking to do is bring in many more ideas other than the usual ideas that people think about when they think South African and African musicians and African music. We're trying to basically expand the pool and include what we have seen in like the scenes in South Africa and in Gauteng in particular about what is happening in the music industry. Like we're seeing more alternative music coming out of, places where we would never thought it would have come out. We're seeing people being interested in different genres of music that we as South Africans are not told, like this is what the youth is listening to. So we're basically trying to say, okay, this is actually part of the youth, and we want to bring it. We want to expose that part.
Like, don't try to box us in.
Yeah.
We're trying to stray away from that. Trying to show them that the African youth culture is way more than what people perceive it to be.
But it's far more expansive.
What do you guys think people perceive African youth culture is?
That was a good, in my honest opinion, I think I'm going to go off of what I see people judging as racial contexts of why people listen to what they do or what people do what they do. They see a black kid and they think that kid listens to a house hip hop. Kwaito. Like there's already a set ideology behind who you are when they see your person and they see your context. And then let's say someone like you.
Yeah. I must listen to metal and Fall Out Boy and
and I will be the first to admit that I like metal. I listen to grindcore, Napalm Death. That is my music. I've loved.
But
metal.
at first glance, you wouldn't say dreadlocks, Bob Marley, Peter Tosh.
Yeah,
you might be a conscious cat. No, let's spark up a conversation.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So trying to, and then noticing that other people are seeing me as being less black because of my different tastes in music kind of made me feel like we have to kind of reinvent the idea of being black. And African. Why am I less black because I like a certain
and we're trying to also educate people. Because where did rock music actually originate?
Blues. Where did blues come from?
You know what I mean?
Black people in America.
Exactly. So stop
boxing.
Yeah, boxing us in and sticking to stereotypes and not opening up a book or something or educating yourself.
Or even just going to a gig. Because if you look at a group like TCIYF, if you were to hear them without looking at them, you'd have a very specific idea of what they are. Because they're like thrash punk, which is a American quote-unquote white genre. But they're really the furthest thing from that. And there's so many
coming from Soweto.
from the they're from the skate society scene. They've got the whole scene that they've built, and then there's so many other artists that you can point out that they are already here. You just got to show the world that they exist.
That they exist. Even a band like Demogorgon Satanum, and that's a black metal band that has been featured on some very international platforms. They've been on Metal Hammer. They've been on. I forgot the really prominent documenter's name, but they've been documented by.
What's that guy, man? With the long blonde.
With the long hair and does
Sam
Sam Dunn. There we go, Sam Dunn. So he's featured them, and they've been featured in Forbes Essay magazine, but yet no one knows who Demogorgon Satana is.
In South Africa.
In South Africa, at least. On the outside world, people are like, wait a minute,
And
is black
also-
metal in this country?
Also, like, I don't know if you guys are familiar with Spook Matambo.
I was about to talk about
He dropped some documentary about like
Dude, that
South
documentary's
African like musicians who are booming in Europe that we don't even know
Yeah,
about.
but-
Especially like the Tsonga like musicians, you know, that fast pace, like 190 BPM, like you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, like no, they're even rocking like Ishbela, like they're rocking the traditional attire on stage. They bumping that overseas, and over here in South Africa, we don't even know who they are. These people.
I want to rant a little bit about the state of the South African industry. It's the weirdest shit ever. You're so right. Spook Matambo, BCUC, there's all those artists who are like constantly overseas because there is not a platform for them here.
Us,
I
yeah.
think the worst thing
And
about being
blackjacks.
in the South African scene is that there's not enough support when it comes to developing talent.
Yeah.
There's only when you're on. You see, only when you have like followers and you have.
That's
you
when
know,
the government
people,
wants
that's
to
when
get
people
involved
see
with
you.
you
But
as well.
if they won't look around trying to find talent to grow
Developing
talent, it's
like
very rare to
facilities,
find
they're
anything like
rare.
that.
Yeah. Like, and I think there's small initiatives that are starting now. Like there's Bandistry, which is doing some good shit, and there's a couple others, but it's still very early days. What I'll rant about quickly is how the weirdest shit ever is that trap music is the biggest genre. Like, if you were to...
In the world.
But, like, South African trap artists are, like, killing it in terms of revenue and making money.
Yeah.
But it's so weird because they're making, like, American-ass music. Whereas, like, South African artists to make South African music...
Or
are
truly
pro-
groundbreaking
music
yeah.
are performing overseas and not getting anything here.
It's crazy.
It makes me so angry.
it's so vice versa.
I feel like it's because like our industry is tailored to be a reflection of something that it's not.
Yeah.
Like what we see on MTV Base, on other channels,
It's not what's happening.
It's not what's
It's
happening.
what's cooking in the streets,
but yet,
man.
What people buy into is that idea. So then they perpetuate and constantly look for events like that while ignoring everything that's happening underground.
And that's what we're trying to break through as Afro Progressive Sessions. Because we see there's a redundancy in the industry and they keep reproducing and it's more bubble gum and it's more plastic.
Every event is the same
So
one.
repetitive.
Exactly.
Every
So
hip-
redundant.
Every hip-hop artist sound to what is Mabala noise sounds exactly the same.
Exactly. So I think as Afro Prog, we basically want to. It's about the progression mostly, like African progression. It's basically getting a collective of different genres of music that are always pushing.
Yeah.
Like this is why Finna Cry fits in so well with Afro Prog Sessions because you are pushing those boundaries, and at the same time, people are responding so well because it's like, oh, I've never heard it like this.
It's very fantastic.
So, like, dude.
Yeah,
that's what we're basically about.
So then on a purely selfish level, I think what's cool about starting something like Afro Prog Sessions is that you guys give yourself your own platform to perform.
Yeah, that was also first and foremost.
That was the demand for us, at least, as the...
Because we artists as well, you know, so we had to find a way, because you can't like just post your music online the whole time. You have to find a way to actually like get out there and engage with your crowd and actually try and find your crowd and
build your scene,
and build yourself. So that was also another way for us to build a platform for ourselves to showcase our talents or our, you know what I mean, our gifts as well, because we're doing the visuals as well through this, you know, because we none of us went to school for this what we're actually doing, but then
we all
learning,
knew we wanted to be
learning
artists
as we
and
go.
we all knew about other artists who wanted to play gigs, who were tired of not being booked, who were tired of sending their EPKs to places and getting no responses. So it was like, and at the same time being like bold enough to dare with new genres. So we were just like, hey dude, let's just form this thing where an artist ourselves, yes, first and foremost, I mean, we're selfish beings. We're showcasing ourselves, but at the same time we're trying to push an agenda that will make sure that, you know, other artists who are in the same situation 30 years from now can still,
have a scene to fall into.
Have a scene to fall into.
Definitely.
Like, it's not just about,
temporary
getting Muti, getting Black Aryan, getting Afro-esque onto a known platform. It's about getting the idea out there that, hey, you should be looking at other places,
Yeah, because I think especially in Pretoria, there's such a gap. Like,
there's
a massive gap.
Our scene is really harsh.
That's why I was like, because like I know that for my genre, which is like alternative hip hop, instrumental, whatever.
Yeah,
I'm like I thought the only place I can go is Pretoria. I mean Joburg or Cape Town because that's where those scenes tend to be existing. So when I saw you guys on Facebook, I was like, oh shit, someone's actually trying to do something like that in my area because I can't go to Joburg every weekend. I don't have the fucking money for that. I can't go to Cape Town. I would love to go to Cape Town and perform there, but how am I going to fund that right now?
And then at the end of the day, what are you doing if not falling into another scene that's already a little saturated?
Exactly.
Yeah, if you move from here to Cape Town, once you have already established, gotten the ball rolling, it's a bit better. You go to Cape Town and then there's already some humdrum about who you are. Let's say if you are looking at it from that angle. But like in Pretoria, I feel like there's so much potential. It's just that like it's quiet. It's dead.
Yes,
it's curated.
Like the only thing that's like booming in Pretoria is the house scene,
Yeah.
And like it's popping, no lie. But there's other cats who are doing crazy things in Pretoria, other genres that need to be exposed, And other like even cats from Cape Town should come through to Pretoria and see our scene. Cats from Joburg should come through to see our scene, Instead of us going through to Joburg and then trying to like gel in with what's booming in their streets. Because Pretoria has their own thing that's booming in their streets as well. There's some vibrant energy that's happening here that cats are reflecting in their music, you know what I mean? So cats from Cape Town and Joburg should actually come through and see what's popping here as well, you know what I mean? Instead of like us going through there the whole time and trying to gel in with whatever's popping there. You feel me?
Oh yeah, I think Pretoria has like some of the greatest artists I've ever heard. Like,
dude,
some of the greatest artists of all time.
All time.
Yeah, it's like all time. Like, I think Pretoria has that potential.
Have you heard Tosin Abasi?
No, dude. Our artistic value in Pretoria is so great, but our industry is so lacking. Our field of work is so lacking in Pretoria that we can't develop that talent. The talent is there, but there's no one investing in that talent.
And like, I mean, like the venues are there, but you do see that it's the same people performing. I was chatting to one of my friends' class who was talking about how like the venues are just dying nowadays as well. Especially in Pretoria, like it used to be a major thing to perform at Arcade Empire, and nowadays it seems to be like everybody's on there because
they're just trying to get anyone.
It's weird.
Not just anyone, but just to get.
Because there's not that scene here anymore. It's weird.
Guys, think about it. Tosin Abasi. You made an example about Tosin Abasi. Think about the resources that are available to Tosin Abasi.
No, definitely.
Think about the resources that are available to us.
Yeah.
Not as much.
Not as much as Tosin Abasi. Tosin Abasi could decide for himself at a young age that he wanted to do music. You can't decide for yourself because music is even shunned upon in our society. Or even being an artist in general, it's not really.
What's your backup plan?
You're just. When are you gonna get a job? Exactly. When are you gonna get a real job? You see, so it's our field of work is very undervalued.
Okay, I hear you.
It makes it hard for us to prosper.
Yeah, like especially if you don't have money. Like if I was born rich, right? If I was born rich as hell, I could fund myself a tour across the country and then maybe get some hype. But like. Most people do not have that luxury. Most of us have to start fucking grinding. I have to start grinding, and I think I think on the one hand it can be a sad thing, but on the other hand it's like, okay, now there's an opportunity. Like clearly there's a gap in the market. Let's fill it. So I think that's what's cool about what you guys are doing. It's like there's this gap for alternative African music in this market. Let's fill it.
Yeah.
So tell me about the process of putting together an event.
Yo, it's tough.
too much planning.
Too much planning, but I'd say the first and foremost and the hardest is curating the sound, and then finding the right venue who will accept that sound. I think that as Afro Prog, we want to make sure that the venue can accommodate and handle the sound that we are, bringing to them. So I feel that's those are the two hardest things. But other than that, it's mostly just tapping into a network of people you know and trust to work with, and planning something and executing it. Just having that vision and going balls to the wall.